Hi guys, this is G1 on Warthunder. Going to present you one more jet game. So let's call it episode 2 of mig15. And the idea is motivation, of course, to motivate guys that hate jets to maybe consider playing them because they are very interesting and I think that they are worth a try. So here, of course, the idea is pretty much the same as in all prop games, to choose a plane that suits you in terms of maneuverability and try to play a bit faster games because jets are faster, so time frame for shooting is smaller, everything is a bit faster, but the basic stays the same. If you follow certain rules, you should be able to survive. So here I'm not showing you a good example because rules are of course to stay high, to have altitude advantage, which here is not the case. So practically I engaged myself in a chase with a Harrier, which is a faster plane than mine, but I estimated that I could really follow him. Meanwhile, there is another guy behind me, so it's very risky what I do practically here because the other guy is constantly has a window to shoot me. Of course, I'm constantly trying to wave a little bit left, right, and try to avoid any potential shooting. Of course, as you can see, it's not easy to shoot someone from the back even if you are there following him and everything. So practically here maybe the guy is reloading or whatever, he's not shooting presently. I landed a few shots on the Harrier that you see in front, and here you see a rocket. Practically this is the guy I told you about that is chasing me and stays after me, but constantly adjusting my direction, practically moving all the time. Harrier is done. I have an assist for that, landing a shot on him. And as you could see, the A4B, the guy that followed me, simply didn't kill me and overshoot practically, had a lot of speed and could not keep up turning with me. Now, eager, of course, that I didn't shoot the Harrier, that was only an assist, I had to revenge on someone else, and here prop, of course, was my victim. As I told you before, props has nothing to do in jet games. Here an F86A5, not conscious where he is, of course, easy shot. So practically after a lot of trouble with the Harrier that I had only an assist, I had an encounter with a prop and another jet that were easy targets for me. Now, of course, situational awareness is key here because I have to see where is everybody to have my distance to be able to defend myself. And as you can see, everybody is far away, so I can focus on a target. I choose BTD, it's a prop that has, as I repeat, nothing to do here, so easy target, easy to catch up. Really, I don't know how he can defend against this plane of mine. So practically gaining on him here. Of course, as usual, I empty a few shots, trying to zoom to see better. This time it worked perfectly. And now, of course, third kill, resetting my altitude, repositioning myself for next encounter. Of course, try to reload when you do this, if you don't forget, because you don't want to encounter someone with almost empty gun and lose 10 seconds or 20 seconds for the reload. So here the A2D1 is a prop and he's not knowing what he's doing. He's diving on a bunch of my teammates without any evident solution. Here I land a few shots on him, easily gain on his 6, of course. And here once again I emptied my gun and shot the guy with an unguided rocket. That is not an easy task at all, but somehow it works for me. So of course you have to practice that, but let's say it's not easy to do. Anyway, 4 kills. low fuel, because I always fly with low fuel. So here in this part of the game I almost empty, maybe one more target, and practically I have to return to base. So here I of course reset my altitude and try to find my next target. Of course you always look up because you like to have almost nobody there. Here I choose to recuperate a little bit of speed before beginning the climb with the J29. Of course now I'm very empty, so the MiG is extremely maneuverable. As you can see here, I outturn him very quickly, but okay, here my estimation was that this wasn't worth follow him, and there were already enough of my teammates to deal with him, so I chose another target. Of course it was a logical move because he separated somehow from the others, so not to worry if someone is on my 6. Here he comes, it's an F-84F. As I told you in my previous videos, it's a bus, so he cannot outturn me. And practically here I'm playing with him, so I did a few turns just to pass him, and after a few seconds I come on his 6 and easily shoot him down. So this was the first footage I wanted to show you. This now ended up, of course, with me returning to base, having to refuel, and the game ended there. So survival, as you can see, with 5 kills, 2 assists. The second assist was the J29 that I shot in an encounter just before the end. Let's now jump to another game. Here first I had altitude, of course I'm diving, regaining my speed. Here an easy target, a prop in a jet game, of course one pass is sufficient to destroy him completely. And I will fast forward the boring stuff here. So boring stuff is repositioning, regaining altitude, setting my attack, choosing another target. So this way I try to not cut scenes, try to keep the whole context of the game, so you can see my positioning, my situational awareness, how do I perceive others. And now I will show you an example of tunnel vision, classic tunnel vision. So the guy is engaging my teammate. Of course, he's completely unaware of what is going on around him and becomes an easy prey. So here he will try to turn, of course, follow the MiG, and as you can see, he presents himself in front of my cannon sufficiently to kill him. He was very slow, so there wasn't any problem shooting him. Now let's fast forward a little bit. So repositioning, taking altitude. Altitude makes you untouchable always, even in jet games, as you can see. So there is no big difference between prop altitude and jet altitude. The advantage means the same. So here I reset myself above their airfield, around 6-7 thousand meters, and trying to lock another target. So here the guy is flying over their airfield. I won't make the mistake of flying too low over their airfield, because anti-aircraft guns are serious when you near the airfield. So here I continue following the target. It's a J2. My teammate is crying for help and assistance, so I yell yes and going for his rescue. The guy obviously is not too fast. Now turning, losing even more speed, so now question only to reposition myself correctly behind him. As you can see with the MiG, it's not a big deal, you can do it in a few seconds. And now the only thing is few bursts and the guy is dead. so as you can see, not a big deal. Now, repositioning myself, boring stuff as I can say. You know, you have to be patient in air air battles, because you know, even if it seems easy to approach someone, you always have to be aware of the whole picture. So even if you see someone near you, it doesn't mean you have to engage him immediately. So here I choose another guy that separated from the bunch. He was already hit by my teammate, so now it was only to finish him, practically to catch him, which is not very hard. He's slow, so the only thing he can do really is to wave a little bit, but this won't help him much. So a few hits and a nice assist. Now resetting the altitude one more. As you can see, now some enemies are even higher, a little bit on, so you don't want to allow them to gain this altitude advantage. You always want to stay one of the highest planes in the game. So here, now that I reset at 4000 meters, it's a safe altitude, and now I can continue. As you can see, the guy is low now, attacked by me and someone else. Of course, he's losing a lot of speed but trying to climb, and in vain for him. As you can see, very difficult to defend yourself when you're low and slow. The game ended a few moments later, so as you can see, 4 kills, 1 assist, not too bad. Survival game also. See you next time. Thanks for watching.